I'm Amy, but you can call me geekymcfangirl. Welcome to my channel, and thanks so much for joining me for a Disney-inspired craft. Today, I'm going to use polymer clay to make the Heart of Fiti necklace inspired by the movie Moana.
You can find links for all the materials you'll need for this project below the video. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know you can support me for $1 a month on Patreon. Cut about 2 inches of brown twine and find the middle of the piece. Tie an eye screw in the very center of the necklace. On one side of the twine, measure about 1 inch up from the center and tie a knot. On the other side of the twine, tie another knot at the same height so it lies right next to the first one when you hold them side by side. I also added a drop of glue to the center knot holding the eye screw so that it would not come untied or shift around. String on 2 pearls or white beads. A straight pin can help you tie knots at the top of each bead without leaving extra space. Simply slide a pin into the twine where you want to tie the knot. Then, tie the knot around the pin before removing it. This will keep your knots nice and tight. Repeat the process with the second bead. Once you have the first 2 beads on, it's time to repeat the process 4 more times. First, measure about 1 inch up from the first beads and tie on beads 3 and 4. Once beads 3 and 4 are on, it's time to measure another inch up, tie 2 more knots, and thread on beads 5 and 6. Sometimes you might need to use a straight pin to help you get the twine through the bead's hole. If the end of your twine gets frayed, you can trim the end to a point with scissors. Once you have all 6 beads on, the next step is to add a closure. You can tie on a hook and loop like I did. I added a drop of glue on each knot to make sure it would not come untied over time. Once the glue dried, I trimmed away the ends of the twine. Now it's time to work on the pendant. I recommend looking up a reference photo online. Start with an oval of aqua clay and create a cabochon shape on a flat surface. Then use a tool to press an indentation into the top of the oval in the shape of a wave. Use a dotting tool or sharp pencil to poke 4 to 6 holes along the left side of the pendant, similar to an abalone shell. Next, take a small piece of white polymer clay and shape it to fit inside the wave shape you made. If it doesn't fit perfectly, that's okay, because you can trim the edges to make it fit your oval. Then use your fingers or a blending tool to smooth all the edges. Check out your reference photo again when using a dotting tool to create the pattern on the white portion. It looks like a simple wave and sun with a geometric border. Once the pendant is complete, right before baking, make a hole in the top with the eye hook from the necklace. Bake according to the instructions on your clay package. The baking time and temperature can vary by clay brand and the size of your project. Once the pendant is baked and completely cool, it's time to add the abalone shell details. I use 2 colors of metallic paint, pearl turquoise and halo blue gold. You can use any 2 colors you have that are similar. Metallic or iridescent will look most accurate. Using a very small amount of paint on a small brush, paint swirling patterns of each color on the aqua portion of the pendant. Next, we're going to add details to the top portion of the pendant with pewter paint. Use a watered down portion of paint to create a wash that will flow into the sculpted areas. Then, pat the paint with a paper towel to remove some of the color on the top, leaving it only in the lower areas to show your detail. Once the paint has dried, it's time to connect the pendant to the necklace. I used a drop or 2 of DAP Rapid Fuse. It takes 30 seconds to bond and only 30 minutes to cure. Then screw the eye pin into the hole and let the glue dry completely before wearing the necklace. Once the glue and paint are dry, you can add a layer of varnish to protect the paint, or you can consider the project done. Your Moana necklace is ready to wear.
Thanks so much for crafting with me today. I hope you have fun if you make this Moana necklace. And if you liked this craft and you want to see what's coming next, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to watch me live stream craft projects, you can find me on Twitch. If you want to support the channel, you can also find me on Patreon. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.